Okay, we are live. Let's see here. Now, one sec, you guys. Okay, hang on, you guys. Okay, we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tell me where you are tuning in from in the comment section below this video. Gonna check myself out on Facebook to make sure I am showing up properly. Welcome. Tell me where you're tuning in from, city, state, and country in the comments. Woohoo! Okay, so we've got something really cool for all of you. Excuse my hair, it is wet. Welcome, Chelsea, Texas. Welcome. Hit the thumbs up, hit the heart button. We are live on TikTok. We are live on Instagram. We are live on YouTube. And we are live on Facebook. I'm Andrea Cox. For those of you who do not know me, I'm going to introduce myself. But first, while we are going through the introductions, I'm actually going to fill this hydrogen water bottle up, and I'm going to make hydrogen water for all of you while I do my introductions, because I'm going to show you some healing protective herbs. So the herbs, so I'm just going to sit this right here. You're going to see it do its thing. It'll turn blue and start bubbling in a moment. But let me do the introduction. There it goes. Andrea Cox here, intuitive healer, holistic wellness coach, herbalist. I am very into astrology. I actually use living foods, herbs, and your Akashic records to heal you. Author of 3 plant-based books, the most recent being Eat Right for Your Zodiac, 155 pages of plant-based recipes. We even have a guy that wrote a foreword in this book that had his own show on the cooking channel, Jason Andrew Robel, also a vegan. The Lessons of the Mystical Muse, a 72-card oracle deck surrounding our spirit animals, wellness, cellular detoxification, growing your own food, going vegan, juicing, and the Akashic Records. It comes with a full-size shadow work workbook, so you can pick that up in the Shopify store. I will link it below, and I'm also going to link this hydrogen water bottle. You can check me out in the spring edition of Power Woman's magazine. I am so grateful for being included in this magazine. It has had people like Cindy Brinkley and all kinds of amazing people in here. So that is a huge plus for me. So really grateful and appreciate that. So what I'm going to make for all of you today, and I'm going to do a shorter version of this in a video reel when I'm done here, is what I drink throughout the day to protect my vibrational frequency. So what is our vibrational frequency? Our vibrational frequency is the frequency we carry throughout the day. It's actually made up of how we treat our body, the foods we eat, the company we keep, and the foods and poor habits and the company that we actually abstain from as well. So in order to raise your vibrational frequency, there's really 3 to 5 key components. One is biohacking, things like the infrared sauna, which mine, I think half the power went out in the house today, so I have to fix that. I couldn't use my sauna today. But using things like hydrogen water, our infrared sauna. Welcome. Thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up on Facebook, on YouTube. Using things like the Rife machine, things of that nature, red light therapy, but also really eating pure foods, right? tomatoes picked off the vine, our fruits, our vegetables that we grow ourselves, herbs that we grow ourselves. These are actually from my garden that I'm going to be demonstrating here with you. And also the company we keep and the company we abstain from. So making sure we keep our vibration high, the water is done, by not allowing lower vibrational entities into our auric field. So let me grab something for all of you real quick. Okay, got my ginger here. So basically every morning I take a canning jar like so, and I start with a little bit of hydrogen water. I'm actually going to take some monk fruit sweetener, put a little bit in. I'm going to take some hydrogen water. I'm going to take some ginger. Ginger is actually good to protect our finances. It's also good for digestion, but spiritually, it's money. Ginger is money. Cinnamon also represents abundance, but it also represents blood sugar stabilization, our health. So this is Ceylon cinnamon. I do a pinch of that. A little bit of lime. I actually prefer lime over lemon because it reduces cellulite. A lot of people use lemon. I think the lemons are kind of played out. It's really hard to get good organic lemons unless you have a tree yourself. So I'm just going to pour the lime in there like so. Rosemary, and this is a sprig from my garden, and I usually just take like 2 or 3 sprigs off, and I put it right in there and let the oil kind of soak in the water and marinate in the water. Rosemary is a protective herb. It actually protects our energetic frequency as we drink it throughout the day. And then, because I'm a visual person, this is a flower from my garden. It's actually an evening primrose flower. And I kind of stick this in there. And I just sip. I sip this first thing in the morning. Sometimes I heat it, but usually I like to drink it cool because it doesn't crush the properties of the vitamin C that's in the lime or the lemon, whatever you choose. So usually I'll drink it cool like this. And I just really love, thank you for all the messages on TikTok. No, I am not going live with anyone. But I really like to drink this throughout the day as well. I feel like it really lifts me up. Sometimes I'll put a few drops of peppermint in this, and the peppermint, just the smell of peppermint or spearmint have been proven to, really help aid in depression and anxiety. Sometimes I'll put a little peppermint underneath my nose, which is also very uplifting, behind my ears if I have sinus problems. But I just love this. So I'm going to kind of take a little sip. So good for digestion. This is wonderful in the wintertime if you run cold like I do, being a vegan and a mostly raw foodist. Ginger is very, heating for the body. And the cinnamon will stabilize your blood sugar, which I absolutely love, specifically Ceylon cinnamon. And of course, check with your doctor. And the lime is very cleansing. It's very cleansing to the body. It's also anti-parasitic. It helps, cleanse the body so we don't hold on to fat in our fat cells. So it's excellent for cellulite reduction. The rosemary is so good to balance hormones, but I also like it because it holds a protective element when it comes to spirituality. So rosemary is known as a protective herb. What other? So I believe it's angelica, basil, rosemary are all the protective herbs. Herbs that are good for things like abundance are cinnamon, ginger. There are so many. Dill, spearmint. Basil is good for abundance. We know that. We know about bay leaves is also good for abundance. So when you think of herbs, you guys, all of these herbs have protective principles as well as just nutritional benefits. So what I like to do is, as I ingest these herbs in the morning, I like to thank them for what they're doing for me, almost kind of like a shamanic ceremony with my herbs, right? So I thank the rosemary for balancing my hormones. I thank the rosemary for protecting my energy. I thank the evening primrose flower for the beauty and the happiness it brings me. I thank the cinnamon for balancing my blood sugar. I think the cinnamon sticks are a little too strong. I forget where someone said that. I think it's on TikTok. So I prefer just a pinch of Ceylon cinnamon. I thank the cinnamon for bringing in abundance and for stabilizing my blood sugar. I thank the organic ginger for aiding my digestion, for keeping me warm throughout the day, for bringing in abundance, because ginger is also abundant herb. So when we think about health, we want to think about herbs like cinnamon, herbs like allspice, herbs like chamomile, herbs like peppers. You know, peppers are very good for heating the body, therefore healing the body. When we think of abundance, again, we want to think of herbs like ginger, cinnamon, rosemary, bay. Bay leaves are huge. You see that a lot in people that do, you know, spells. They write on a bay leaf what they want to manifest. And when we think of the astringent fruits, such as lemons and limes, they're really there for cleansing, right? They hold all the cleansing properties. So when you make what I call an elixir in the morning, with these different herbs and these different, you know, juices from lemons and limes, you're really doing yourself more than just a beneficial health drink, so to speak. You're really protecting your energetic frequency. You're raising your vibration. You're doing something very healthy for yourself. A lot of times my clients, when I put them on a regime and a morning routine, they're like, do I have to do this? Do I have to do that? Two of the things that I refuse to let them go without is meditation and their morning tonic. So I just wanted to share this with all of you. I'm going to do a shorter reel. I forgot to wear my hat. I was going to wear a hat, but my hair's so wet. I'm going to do a shorter reel with all this information in it. And let's see who we have on. Welcome, Scott from LA. Welcome from the big island of Hawaii. Do I have any recommendations for, so I can't answer that on this live, Jimmy, because I'm not allowed to. So, you know, you can always email me with that question. Thank you so much. Toronto, Canada, Chandler, Arizona, Summit, Mississippi, Odessa, Texas, Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the thumbs up, for the hearts, all that good jive. Just going to highlight this real quick. So yeah, so this is usually what I drink. And then I try to fill this thing up with hydrogen water at least 3 times a day. So I just fill it to here. I'll usually put my hydrogen water and I'll make hydrogen water and I'll fill it up 3 times. I'll go to the gym, I'll drink it, I'll come home, I'll do a second dose, so to speak. I'll come home again, I'll do more. So I really like to measure my water intake in this beautiful thing right here, which I think I got off Amazon. It's BPA free. But, you know, you guys really need to pay attention to not only the water you're drinking. I will link this in the comments. You can order one under me and I'll tell you all about it. But also, you know, the company you keep. In order to raise our vibrational frequency, we want to make sure that we're not entertaining anything that is low vibe, right? If someone reaches out to you and you're just like, yeah, this doesn't really seem like it's at a maturity level or at a level that I've really graduated to, You just need to learn how to block and delete with poor habits, people who bring you down, foods that lower your vibrational frequency. All of these things over time, they say it takes 21 days to create a habit. I really think it just takes a positive mindset of saying, you know what, enough's enough.